Get ready for breaking news. The state of Texas has filed a massive lawsuit against Netflix, accusing the streaming giant of running a staggering behavioral surveillance program. They allege that Netflix is deceptively designed to be addictive, mining user data for global advertising juggernauts, and they are seeking huge civil penalties for misleading consumers.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This Allen 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Next up, we dive into a phenomenon reshaping modern relationships. Co-host of the Jake and Spike show, Jake Skorheim, explores what he calls Netflix syndrome, the paradox of choice, and how the infinite options on dating apps are leaving young people feeling more single than ever before. We break down the shocking statistics behind this dating dilemma. We are also looking at massive technological leaps in data processing. Netflix has just implemented a game-changing caching strategy using interval-aware caching in Apache Druid, dramatically improving query efficiency. This innovation is cutting query load by 33% and allowing them to serve 84% of analytics results directly from the cache. And we wrap up with the technical deep dive on that Netflix caching breakthrough. We'll explore how engineers like Ben Sykes engineered a solution that reuses historical data segments, leading to a significant drop in queries to Druid and massive improvements in performance. Don't miss the full story. Stay with us for more breaking news. Texas has launched a significant legal challenge against streaming giant Netflix, accusing the company of operating a massive behavioral surveillance program that involves spying on children and collecting user data without proper consent. The lawsuit alleges that Netflix is intentionally designed to be addictive, utilizing features such as autoplay to hook viewers, subsequently mining this user data and transforming it into valuable intelligence for global advertising corporations. The complaint asserts that the platform operates under the premise that, when you watch Netflix, Netflix watches you. In a statement, the Texas Attorney General, Ken Paxton, characterized the platform's practices, asserting, "Netflix is not the ad-free and kid-friendly platform it claims to be. Instead, it has misled consumers while exploiting their private data to make billions." The legal action seeks substantial financial penalties. Texas is pursuing civil penalties of up to $10,000 per violation under the Texas Deceptive Trade Practices Consumer Protection Act, with an additional penalty of up to $250,000 per violation targeting consumers aged 65 and older. In response to the allegations, Netflix issued a statement to Channel YouTube, dismissing the claims. The company asserted that the lawsuit lacks merit and is based on inaccurate and distorted information, emphasizing that Netflix takes member privacy seriously and adheres to privacy and data protection laws in all jurisdictions where it operates. Netflix did not immediately provide a comment to the press. Young people are facing unprecedented challenges in finding long-term partnerships, with statistics indicating a significant decline in marriage rates. Jake Skorheim, co-host of the Jake and Spike show, attributes this trend to what he terms the Netflix syndrome, or the paradox of choice, drawing an analogy between the saturation of streaming content and the overwhelming nature of modern dating apps. Skorheim pointed to a stark demographic shift. In 1975, 91% of American women and 81% of men were married by age 30. These figures have plummeted to just 25% for women and 16% for men today. He compared this to the transition from physical media to streaming. Before Netflix, consumers had limited choices, leading to focused selection. With Netflix, an overwhelming volume of options resulted in Netflix syndrome. The fear of not selecting the perfect option leads to choosing nothing at all. Applying this concept to dating, Skorheim observes that while proximity used to be a primary factor in finding a spouse, modern dating apps offer an infinite stream of potential matches. He notes that young people are swiping through hundreds of profiles in a single evening, leading to paralysis and the feeling that a better match is always just one swipe away. While acknowledging other contributing factors like career and finances, Skorheim questions the unintended consequences of this technology, suggesting that reducing the sheer volume of choices might positively impact marriage rates. He concludes by pondering whether a reduction in swiping and increased real-world interaction could alter the current demographic trends in marriage. Texas has filed a lawsuit against Netflix, alleging that the streaming service has engaged in spying activities targeting both children and consumers. The legal action raises serious questions regarding data privacy and the extent of surveillance practices employed by the major entertainment platform. Details surrounding the specific allegations and the scope of the alleged spying have not been fully detailed in the initial reports, but the filing signals a significant legal challenge concerning Netflix's data handling and privacy policies. Netflix has significantly boosted the query efficiency of its Apache Druid analytics system by implementing an interval-aware caching strategy, resulting in approximately 84% of analytics results being served from the cache and a 33% reduction in query load. This optimization specifically targets rolling window dashboards, where continuous refreshes with slightly shifting time ranges traditionally caused redundant computations and repeated scans over massive datasets. At Netflix's scale, real-time analytics systems process trillions of rows to support critical monitoring, experimentation, and operational decision-making. These dashboards frequently execute near-identical queries, such as those tracking error rates or engagement metrics, over sliding time windows. The core challenge with traditional caching systems was that minor changes in time boundaries treated these as entirely distinct requests, leading to poor cache reuse and unnecessary recalculations in Apache Druid. To solve this, Netflix's new approach decomposes query results into time-aligned segments, enabling reuse across overlapping rolling window queries. Instead of caching entire query outputs, the system stores intermediate aggregates for fixed time intervals. When a new query arrives, cached segments are leveraged for stable historical portions of the time window, while only the most recent interval is recomputed from Druid and merged with the cached results. This architectural change yielded substantial performance gains, with Netflix engineers reporting a 33% drop in queries to Druid and a 66% improvement in P90 query times. With over 10 trillion rows in Apache Druid, this caching layer utilizes granularity-aligned buckets and exponential time-to-live (TTL) policies to enable long-lived caching of historical intervals while ensuring recent data freshness. Functioning as an external proxy, this layer intercepts queries, separates the query structure from time intervals, and generates reusable cache keys stored in a distributed key-value system. The resulting query flow is highly efficient. Only the most recent interval requires recomputation, allowing historical segments to be reused across multiple overlapping queries. This reduces the time ranges executed against Druid, leading to fewer segment scans and processing less data, with some workloads observing up to a 14x reduction in result bytes. The system is currently in an experimental phase, with future plans including extending support to templated SQL queries and exploring tighter integration of interval-aware caching directly into Apache Druid to streamline query planning.